May I be happy, may I be well, may I be at peace with myself. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be at peace with myself. Think of someone you love, someone very close to you. And then you're going to say the next words and give them a gift. May he be happy, may he be well, may he be at peace with the world. May he be happy, may he be well, may he be at peace with the world. Next, we want to picture someone you feel neutral about that might need just a little extra. May she be happy, may she be well, may she be at peace with the world. May she be happy, may she be well, may she be at peace with the world. Now we want to picture someone you might dislike, but not too much. We want to give them this a little extra there. May they be happy, may they be well, may they be at peace with the world. May they be happy, may they be well, may they be at peace with the world. Now to everyone in the building, in the suburb, in the country, or the state, let's go to the continent. Maybe we'll let's throw in the world. What the heck? Maybe a little universe stuff. Give them another they. May they be happy, may they be well, may they be at peace with the world. May they be happy, may they be well, may they be at peace with the world. Sometimes manifesting a little positive energy can solve a lot of problems. Maybe just even within yourself. Sometimes just getting yourself happy spreads it around. Allow yourself to feel a little gratitude. No need to force it. Allow that feeling of gratitude to expand. Slowly fill up your whole body, the whole room. Throw it out to the universe. Come on. All together. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be at peace with the world. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be at peace with the world. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be at peace with the world.
My talk title started out with this: I'll rest when I'm dead. And then David and I were kicking it around and like, well, yeah, no, I'm going with it, okay? Excuse me. And I don't know if that talk title is provocative enough or whether you've already figured it all out. But today what I'd like to do is discuss that incredibly interesting human mindset about how great it is to be productive and skilled at multitasking and busy all the time so we can show the world how valuable and effective we are. Does anybody recognize that mindset? Okay, got it. Okay, yes, I'm guilty too. I'm as guilty as some and probably guiltier than many. So I think it's kind of ironic, and it was very necessary that I do this talk because it's all going to be about the value of rest. Rest. Now, whether you are a type A doer or a type B beer, I'm not sure there is a word, but it sounded good to me. You know, all of us dwell in the midst of this human experience and a cultural and racial consciousness that affects our thinking. And so I would venture to say that from time to time, all of us have felt inspired to really admire and honor and glorify people who are type A and who really like to overwork and be busy. That great spiritual philosopher, Madonna, once said, "I'll rest when I'm dead. I'm hungry and life is too short." Well, and yeah, that's where I got the title, Madonna. And it's easy to laugh at that. I know that. We may not even think that perhaps she's just so Madonna and so silly. And yet the truth is that because we are mortal, we are in this human experience, we do think about how time is passing. How many things we want to do and haven't done yet, right? How many things we have to do and haven't done yet? How many responsibilities we have? How many deadlines we have to meet? How many expectations we are supposed to live up to? And I don't know about you, but have you ever admired people who get things done? I mean, we say things like, "Wow, she is so efficient. He is so organized. They really know how to keep all those plates spinning. Isn't that great?" And there's even a saying, and I'm not sure where it came from, but I heard it when I was back in the corporate world, and then I also heard it in my ministry, both nationally and locally. And here's the saying: if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. Head nods, I get it. Yep. It seems counterintuitive, and yet that saying has proven itself true time and time again. And often, I was that busy person who so blithely accepted yet one more demand on my time and attention. So I was one of those type A's. And many years back, though, a confluence of factors in my life meant that I had to put down quite a few of the baskets that I had been carrying around. So I did that. And I remember one day, I looked at my calendar and I saw all this open space, days where nothing was being asked of me. And you know what happened? I freaked out. I got all like, this is wrong. There's something wrong. I got all tight about it. And thank God that my higher self took a look at my ego self and said, "Girl, you need to look at this." And so I did. And based on what I learned about myself back then, I'd like to make this talk by making a case for the quality and the value of rest. Rest is necessary for the body's optimal functioning. All of those people who work out so much know that. It is a major contributor to our quality of life. Rest is essential for the soul. You know, when we're tired, we make mistakes. When we get burned out, we shut down in various ways. When we give ourselves no time to stop, to breathe, to settle, our vibratory energy goes awry, both physically and metaphysically. Now, interesting, a call for regular sustained periods of rest is included in almost every faith tradition. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Baha'i, and others. Remember that on the seventh day, even God had to rest. And I'm going to come back to this in a little bit, so just keep that there. Doctors tell us that rest reduces stress and allows the body to heal, like your friend. Corporate researchers tell us that rest makes us more productive, not less. And artists tell us that rest allows them to touch their creativity in ways that nothing else does. And when I'm talking about rest, I'm not talking about sleep or good long naps, and all those are wonderful too. They really are. But when I was thinking about this, I said, let's just get simple. I went to a dictionary and I got 3 definitions of rest, and I found each one of them to be so spot on. 1, refreshing ease or inactivity after exertion or labor. 2, relief or freedom, especially from anything that wearies, troubles, or disturbs. And 3, a period or interval of inactivity, repose, solitude, and tranquility. Now, because I was a prayer chaplain, a practitioner for so long, like 18 years before I became a minister, I think I had and probably still do have the idea that when I think about rest, periods of rest as being the stillness of meditation, right? And we all know how difficult it is to quiet the monkey mind when we try to meditate. Meditate is wonderful. But rest is really a lot more than that and much simpler, really. I mean, it can be as simple as sitting in your yard or on your front porch with a good cup of coffee or tea, watching the grass grow, or the squirrels play, or the birds sing. It could be having a really nice, long, heartfelt talk with a good friend who loves you no matter what. One of my favorites, it could be reading a good book, snuggled on the couch while it's raining outside. Taking a leisurely walk. This is a big one. Saying no to a social invitation to stay home and binge watch your favorite television show. These things bring rest and tranquility and a sense of energy that is unlike anything else. So I know you get the picture. And there's no question that I think that all of us could use more rest, and yet we resist it, mostly, because our Western culture tells us that we don't have time to waste, that we need to catch up, or we need to get ahead, and we need to do the most, be the best, all of that stuff. We need to be like Madonna. Life is short. I better get hustling. That song, The Hustle, remember that from the old disco days? Da, 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 da. I see some hand. Yeah, right. Well, I call this the cult of the hustle. I mean, it has us rushing around, trying to counter our belief in lack. Lack of what? You name it. Lack of money, lack of love, lack of attention, lack of time, lack of friendship, praise, resources, you name it. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. And while we know from our spiritual principles that there is more than enough to go around for everybody and there's still more to share and spare, that kind of spiritual truth often gets drowned out in the rush and the noise of our busyness to catch up. And so that, to me, there is no doubt that the cult of the hustle is what I call addictive. I mean, how many times a day do you look at your cell phone to see what's going on in the world? Yeah. How many times a day do you think about what I have to do next? Addiction. To show you how interestingly addictive it is. In my own personal experience, twice the last few years, I have had the opportunity to do single, solitary, silent retreats all by myself for 5 full days. Okay? No people, no television, no books, no radio, no cell phone, nothing. Just me, myself, and I, and my surroundings, and God. The first 2 days, I swear I felt like I was in the detox unit of a rehab facility. I mean, my brain was just going crazy trying to find stimulus, to keep moving, to do anything but be here now. I wanted a book so bad. Oh, maybe if I just checked my cell phone to make sure it was still working. I mean, it was nuts. Addiction. You get the picture, and it's not so pretty. Now, by the 3rd day, I think my soul started to breathe a little more easily, and my thoughts began to come a little more slowly, and there was some spaciousness that began to work its way into my being. And I began to edge into that feeling of praying without ceasing that St. Paul urged us to do. And by the time that 5th day ended, and I woke up on the morning of the 6th, I couldn't believe I had to go back to the world. But I did. And the wonderful thing is that that sense of tranquility and peace and spaciousness that I developed stayed with me for weeks, even in the midst of the world trying to get my attention and getting things done. So yeah, I say the hustle is addictive because it keeps us spinning and distracted in all kinds of ways. And one of the benefits of being distracted is that we can hide from our feelings. Yeah. We can be too busy to heal that damaged relationship, or too busy to have that difficult conversation, too busy to devote the time and energy to the self-reflection that moves us forward and upward in a real way. That's what was happening to me when I wanted to read a book about somebody else's thoughts and ideas rather than simply be with my own emotions and my own thoughts. Now, I'm going to go back to that faith tradition thing about calling for periods of rest. What's the point? Not simply to restore the body, but to restore the soul. The hustle gets in the way of us remembering who we really are. In conversations with God many, many years ago, Neil Donald Walsh said, people say, why doesn't God speak to me? And he wrote, God never shuts up. It's always communicating with you, but we do not hear. And there are gazillions of quotes and mystics and people who have remember that. God is silent, and it speaks with a still, small voice. It's not a raging storm. It's not a shout-out. Meister Eckhart said, God is like a person who hides behind a door and clears his throat so as to be found. This is my book of gems. This is a collection of quotes and readings that took my breath away. I started this back in the year 2000. Got a lot of them here. I'll just read you a couple. But the silence in the mind is when we live best, within listening distance of the silence we call God. And God is ever speaking to the soul, but we do not always listen and hear. Be not dull of hearing. Listen in stillness for the voice of spirit. So rest is very important, physically and metaphysically. I'm going to do another quote from another lovely, lovely person. I think many of you may know Howard Thurman. Yeah. So stillness, rest, the ability to just stop the carousel of the monkey mind, whether you're talking about meditation or just being quiet. He said, the quietness of thy temple of silence again and again rebuffs us. For some, there is no discipline to hold them steady in the waiting, and their minds reject the noiseless invasion of thy spirit. For some, there is no will to offer what is central in the thoughts. The confusion of the world is so manifest that there is no starting point to take hold. And for some, the evils of the world tear down all concentration and scatter the focus of high resolve. Howard Thurman knew all about the lure of the cult of the hustle. And I think we hide from rest because in rest, as I was saying, we truly see ourselves. And I think sometimes we're not sure that we're ready to deal with what we see. To sit in stillness and to be idle. How many of you have heard that phrase, idle hands are the devil's workshop? There's that cultural conditioning again. So it's not surprising that both the collective race consciousness and our own individual resistance to spending quiet time looking within us lead us to say things like, I'll rest when I'm dead. But I'm going to leave that spiritual guru Madonna behind now, and I'm going to quote two other spiritual masters, because the first one is from Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of my version, or my branch of New Thought, religious science. He said, spiritual experience comes in the stillness of the soul when the outer voice is quiet. It is a quickening, I like that word, quickening, of the inner being to the eternal reality. And here's another quote from somebody I think you'll recognize. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. The quickening that Dr. Holmes spoke of is that mystical experience that we have all had, even if it's just a little nanosecond, when we feel optimism or faith or joy for no reason. It's called God's grace. Right? And it's not something that can be taught or bought, truly. It can only be experienced. And we can invite the experience when we turn away from the noise and go within to that stillness, that peace that surpasses understanding. And the faith traditions know this, and they teach it. And we are here today to acknowledge it. I mean, it goes way back from the Old Testament. This is the book of Isaiah. In returning and rest shall you be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. God did not tell Isaiah, in multitasking and frenetic activity shall you be saved, okay? So this week, because this is not something you can listen to and then walk back out into the world and kind of hang on to, I'm going to give you some tools. I'm going to set up a series of questions that I'd like to have, if you don't mind showing them up here, just to take home with you and think about. When I try to rest, what thoughts come up for me? What distractions emerge, and how do I handle them? How could I resolve them moving forward? Okay. Think about that for a second, and we'll go on to a few more, because I want to stick something here for you to take home with you. What tends to keep me from scheduling rest for myself? Do I honor my intention to rest, or do I allow myself to be pulled into busyness? And what can I put into place to support my own intention to be restful? And then finally, when I think of a blissful day of rest, what emerges is for me, like for me, that reading a book while it's raining outside. What qualities of the divine do I feel in these images? Peacefulness. How can I honor my soul's yearning for these qualities and experiences? My dears, take these into your heart. Take them home with you. And I say goodbye for now. But don't just do something, sit there. Namaste.